What? Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the interbubs. This is Big Cheese McReNDoG coming at you in another episode of Modded Minecraft from the FoolCraft 3 server. I can't do this. I can't take this seriously, dudes. This is one of the most ridiculous sights that I have ever seen in my entire life. Rocking an afro with the fro comb in it, couple of grilled cheeses in my paws, and some ridiculous apparel on my face. I mean, listen, I'm about to become the King Pimp McDaddy of grilled cheese on the FoolCraft server. I need to have a look. You know what I mean? When we wander down the streets of Fool City, people need to know that the King of Cheese has arrived, that the big cheese is in town. So this is going to be my look, okay? What do you guys think? I know, ladies, you're getting excited, right? Get in line for the big cheese. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to get out of this view, guys. It's F5 mode, of course, which is the rule on the server at the moment. And we have successfully started every episode so far in F5. There are a bunch of fools who have been failing at the task, so I do hope they get fined. It's actually really good for the grilled cheese business, right? Because say they get fined and they need money to get food, they're going to drop some cash into grilled cheese because they're going to be depressed. And what else makes you feel less depressed than a bit of warm and gooey grilled cheese directly in the face? I mean, that's my go-to when I'm feeling depressed. Just get the grilled cheese sandwich right up in the grill. I can't do this. Welcome back to episode 3, my dudes. We are starting all the way out here in a mini Mesa biome. Very, very excited about this little discovery. Take a look at this, man. I have been doing a bunch of exploring on the server, and I discovered this little mesa, which is kind of cute. It's literally like a mini Mesa. It's really sweet. But of course, what we know from vanilla Minecraft is that a mini Mesa brings us a bunch of stuff. Not only does it bring us a couple of mine shafts to explore, I've explored most of the mine shafts here already. In fact, I have spent about 8 hours or so since we were last together doing a bit of exploration around the map. As you can see, I've traveled far and wide, trying to find a place to live, looking for a biome to live in. And on top of that, last night on live stream, it took us about 3.5 hours to do. We mapped the location of every single fool's base on the server. So if we take a quick look around, we'll see some beacons for all of the fool's bases. We got Stress Monster's hippie tent over there, Scar's pool hut over there, Falsey's cupboard is over there, Good's motel is over there, Ethos attic, and Gok and Jank Incorporated is that way. The Rent Cave is over there. And Iskal's garage is in that direction. So I now have every single fool's base mapped. Also, I have most of the fool's bases waystoned too. Well, some of them don't actually have waystones at their base, but they've got a couple of villages that are quite close to them. So if we go to this scroll, by the way, which is, you guys let me know in the comments section, a much easier way to travel around, you guys can see that I do have a couple of the fool's waystones over here. Stress, False, this is Iskal's, and then the rest of them haven't really waystoned their bases yet, but there's villages that are close to their bases. Now, the reason that I wanted to get all of the fool's bases waypointed is because today I want to set up the grilled cheese factory. Ooh. There's just a couple more chests around here that I haven't opened up. Let's go through that while I explain what's going on in today's episode. Yeah, I want to set up a grilled cheese shop in on plot 21 in Fool City, right? Because now we've got that rented out. Every day that passes that we are not generating revenue, we are wasting cash money on rent, right? So we need to get our grilled cheese kiosk set up as soon as possible. But once it's set up, I would very much like to pay a visit to each of the fool's bases and maybe give them like a coupon code or something. So I was thinking what we could do is give them one slice of grilled cheese, and that slice of grilled cheese will act as, I think I've already found this one. it'll act as like a $5 off coupon or something for their first purchase, right? Just to get each of the fools knowing that there's a grilled cheese shop available, get them looking in to the shop, maybe come and spend a little bit of cash. I think I've decided on the price of $50 for a stack of grilled cheese, which I think is actually a very reasonable amount considering how good grilled cheese is. However, I want to spice things up a little bit maybe, right? I was thinking about selling a second product in the grilled cheese shop, and this Mesa is going to go a long way to helping me do that, because what we know about these Mesas from vanilla, of course, is that we get these mine shafts, but we also get a lot of gold spawning in these Mesas, right? Like it was a change that was made in Minecraft a couple years ago, that if you wanted to find a bunch of gold, just find a Mesa, right? And in this Mesa, we should be able to find a bunch of gold. And I was thinking maybe what we could do is sell some gold also in the grilled cheese shop. I think I've pretty much explored all of these places over here. Anyway, we could call the gold that will be smelted down into gold ingots. Maybe we could call it cheesy cheese fries. Because it kind of looks like a fry covered in cheese, right? And maybe we can sell some gold, because what we've realized about FoolCraft 3 is that gold is pretty important in the early game, right? And maybe we'll be able to entice some of the fools to spend a bit of cash money on gold. So I think I'm probably going to spend an hour or so in this Mesa collecting a bunch of cheesy cheese fries, and then we can start working on setting up the grilled cheese shop back in a full city. I've also got so much stuff back to show you in the Ren Cave, my dudes. I've been exploring. I've been finding a bunch of awesome loot, and I want to show you guys that in a minute. But you know what? I'm just gonna get into just grind mode right now. Spend a few hours hanging out on the FoolCraft server. It looks like Gok and Janki are on the server at the moment. But yeah, I'm just gonna chill, try and get a little bit of gold in my belly, and I'm doing a terrible job at this, aren't I? You know what? It's this freaking afro and this stupid face mask that's turning me into a noob. I'll see you on the other side of this kaplam with a bunch of gold, my friends. Kaplowy! So I've been digging in, dogs. I think it's pretty much safe to say that this hole is one of the jankiest starter bases that I have ever lived in my time playing Minecraft. Also, the way that I look right now is possibly the silliest I've ever looked in this freaking game. I think it's time we get ourselves back to normal, right, guys? I mean, seriously, I can't do this. I don't think I can get through an entire episode looking like this. It's too ridiculous. The reason that I look like this, of course, guys, is because I'm using a hat from the hat mod, which is pretty cool. There's a fro hat over here, and you actually collect these every time you kill a mob that is wearing a hat. So I put the fro hat on. Let's get that off, though. And I've got a whole bunch of hats here, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. Maybe we'll wear a different hat for each episode. But there we go. That should be... Yeah, we're fro-free. Nice. I'm also wearing obsidian armor, which is actually kind of cool. To make obsidian armor, well, you just need obsidian. And you can see that there's a whole bunch of armor that you can make here. I'm not sure if you can make this obsidian armor, though. That's actually something that I wanted to experiment with very quickly. There's actually 2 types of obsidian armor in FoolCraft 3, but I don't think you can make the obsidian armor that gives you resistance. Here's my obsidian. Let's give it a test. If we do this, this makes the obsidian helmet from actually additions. And, oh, there's another one. Can we actually get to it? Oh, there! And this is an obsidian helmet from tiny progression. So actually, you probably want to make the obsidian armor from tiny progressions, because I think that it gives you some resistance bonuses actually when you wear the full set, right? So let's make a full set of obsidian armor here. I thought that this was not a part of FoolCraft 3, but it looks like we might have some pretty powerful armor. What do I still need? I still need the boots over here, right? Let's have a look. Let's put this set of obsidian armor on. Looks pretty cool, right? It's kind of glowing and stuff. That's pretty cool. And wow, look at that, man. I look freaking badass. Wow, that is actually a much better look, isn't it? Even kind of look like a transformer or something. That's awesome. That gives us a little bit of resistance too, and that gives us full armor. That's even better armor than like diamond armor. Okay, that's pretty OP, guys. I didn't realize that we had such OP obsidian armor in FoolCraft 3, but apparently all you need to do is make some obsidian, vein mine it with the diamond pickaxe, and bam, bam, thank you, ma'am, baby. You get yourself some pretty sick armor, so I'll take that. Very, very nice. Now, if you're wondering how I got this jazz on my face, well, it's just a bauble. It's an eerie mask from Britannia. I've also got thick eyebrows on and some orange shades, which is what makes me look so insane. But I'm telling you, man, this new obsidian, this is a look I can get behind. The derp is gone, am I right? Like, I just look like a freaking badass right now, man. That's freaking awesome. Anyway, so yeah, lots of stuff has been going on in the cave. Let me show you here, guys. I earned my 20-hour silver loyalty medal the other day, which is pretty cool. Got a couple more mob heads up in this business. I've been trying to sort out all of the chests too. It's been collecting a whole bunch of ingots here also. Most excitingly, a few days ago, I went on an absolute mission around the server. And I went exploring, trying to find a place where we're going to set up our first base. I think I discovered a place that we're going to actually set up our first base, but I'm not going to do that in this episode. I'm going to show you guys in the next episode because we've got lots to do today. But yeah, I did a lot of exploring around here, and as I mentioned earlier, I actually traveled to every single fool's base on the server. You can see Iskal's all the way out here, Etho's all the way up here somewhere, and I basically got the coords for every single one of the fools, and we've got them waypointed now, which is freaking awesome. So I've been doing that also, and yeah, I did a bunch of exploring. Get out of here, you stupid husk! And I managed to pick up an insane amount of gear, as well as cloud pets. I spent most of my 8 hours during the off-camera work collecting cloud pets, or trying to get cloud pets, and I actually died a ridiculous amount of times. Please don't laugh at me right now, guys. Yeah, you can see all of these deaths over here. Pretty ridiculous. Oh, it's embarrassing. I must have died the most on the server at the moment. Also found a bunch of roguelike dungeons in the world. And we're going to be exploring some of these roguelikes. There's one in the beautiful sort of iced area over here. We're going to explore some of these roguelikes in the coming episodes to try and get ourselves a little bit of mega loot. Because I haven't managed to get myself a ton of mega loot. I've only got another 2 common mega loot cases. And I got a whole bunch of other really interesting stuff. Angel crystals and freaking forsaken fruit and bat wings. Whole bunch of these capacitors. I don't have any idea what any of this jazz is, but we're going to get into this over the course of the series. But yeah, these are all of the pets that I managed to pick up. Didn't unfortunately get a cloud pet, a flying pet, but got a whole bunch of interesting pets over here. Almost feel like it's time to start maybe selling some pets. I mean, we could set up a pet shop at some point, and this is all the pet food. The good thing about clearing those cloud pet things, where you get these pets from, is that you get a bunch of obsidian nuggets. I mean, not obsidian nuggets, ender nuggets rather. And of course, with the ender nuggets, we can make ender pearls, right? And that is really awesome. So we got 4 ender pearls from that. Ender pearls are really, really useful here in FoolCraft, especially in the early game. Let's get this armor out of the inventory too. Of course, we definitely want a little bit more mega loot, because at the moment, the only bits of mega loot that we have are this bow called the Slime Strike, which is pretty cool. It gives us hunger for 2 seconds on hit, which is pretty awesome in PvP, I guess. But it's not the greatest mega loot item. We could definitely do better than that. That was from our rare mega loot case, which is awesome. But unfortunately, the parrot, which was the axe that we collected, is almost broken right now. And there is a way to repair this, but we're going to get into the mega loot mod a little bit later on in the series. Also, I found a Staff of Traveling, which is pretty cool, but we're going to need power to power that thing up. So lots of very interesting things to actually get into just from doing about 8 hours of exploration. By the way, I also made this thing called a mega torch. I put one here and one over at the grilled cheese factory over there. A mega torch stops mobs spawning in the area. And to make a mega torch is pretty easy. You just need torches, some diamonds, blocks of gold, and some logs. And I've set one up here, and I've set one up out there. So we're basically safe now, which is awesome. You can see they have to spawn all the way out there and sort of make their way across. Let's actually get out of this area because those husks seem to be bothering us at the moment. Also, let's get some night vision here from our totems, right? So yeah, do you want to crank open a couple more mega loot cases? Let's do that right off the bat, I think. Just for funsies, let's see what we can get. I would love a really good pickaxe. Oh, that got sucked up by the absorption hopper, didn't it? Yeah, let's get ourselves down here. The absorption hopper is pretty powerful, man. It'll suck anything up. Ooh, we got an angel bow, but that is a power multiplier of 1.4. Not quite as good as the slime strike. So that's okay, I guess. But yeah, the Slime Strike's a better bow than that. No upgrade occurred there. Let's crank open one more thing. Ooh, a pickaxe. That actually looks pretty awesome, right? The Big Buddy, 7.62 mining speed. And I don't know how fast a diamond pickaxe is, but it's got 3 upgrade slots on it. So we'll be able to upgrade this thing pretty handily, actually. It looks really sweet also. It looks like it's got a scallium juice dripping off it right now. Oh man, this could be actually a really good pickaxe. Let's do a little bit of testing over here, right? Oh man, I'm so excited to get into the Mega Loot mod, guys. It is such a sweet mod. And as we don't have Tinker's Construct in this pack, we are probably going to be relying on Mega Loot to get ourselves some really, really good pickaxes and tools. So that's that thing's digging speed. It feels like it's faster than Diamond, or it might be about the same speed. I don't know, it's difficult to tell. It feels like it's a little bit faster than the diamond pickaxe, and for that reason, I think I'm going to save it. And we can also enchant Mega Loot items, by the way. I'm going to save it because in Mega Loot we can actually upgrade our items, which is pretty handy. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that mod at some other point in the future. I also found this really useful anvil pet, which is one of the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. Look at him, boinging around the place. Oh, he is adorable. But what's awesome about the anvil pet is actually repairs items in your inventory, as long as you've got iron nuggets in your inventory too. And it happens every minute or so he does some repairing. It takes quite a long time to repair your stuff, but it's a really useful pet to have in your inventory. I mean, all you do is keep him in your hotbar, and over the course of many hours, he just repairs your stuff for you. Plus, he's ridiculously cute. Look at him. Oh, look at that face. Oh, I love you. I love you, Anvil Pet. You're my favorite. Anyway, what else has been going on around here? Oh, we have made a complete small storage crate worth of grilled cheese sandwiches. Yes, it's pretty ridiculous, isn't it, guys? I know. That is more grilled cheese sandwiches than this server could ever eat, I think. So, what we are going to do is just use a small portion of these to sell to the fools, because we want to create scarcity, right? That's one of the keys to successful business, is creating artificial scarcity. You need to make your customers think that there's not a lot of the product that they are buying, even if you've got warehouses full of the stuff. So we'll probably only sell about 10 of these, I guess, 10 of these stacks. The rest of this we're going to use to create a culinary generator power facility in our very first base. But that's for the future. Today we need to set up our shop where we're going to be selling the grilled cheese. By the way, I got quite a lot of gold from that Mesa. I was mining for about 2 hours or so and managed to pick up about 4 or 5 stacks worth of gold, and I've just been doubling it up over here using the simple sag mills. Very, very useful little setup I've got here. So we've got a chest pumping ores into simple sag mills, and the simple sag mills are doubling up the ores, because the simple sag mill will grind a golden ore into 2 pulverized gold. So we basically double it up, right? And then what we do with the pulverized gold, of course, is smelt that pulverized gold into golden ingots. And I've set up a little bit of an array of normal furnaces over here, just to speed up the process a little bit. But yeah, these golden ingots are going to become our cheesy cheese fries in our grilled cheese shop in Fool City. And we're going to be selling grilled cheese sandwiches and cheesy cheese fries. I'm thinking like $50 for a stack of grilled cheese sandwiches, and maybe $25 for half a stack of cheesy cheese fries, right? So 32 gold ingots for $25. That seems pretty fair to me, considering how expensive gold actually is and how important it is here on the server. And here's a whole bunch of other stuff I found. So yeah, that is an update on what's been cracking in the world of the ReNDoG here on FoolCraft. Pretty awesome. We made some pretty decent progress around here, man. I think what I'm going to do is start shifting over some stuff to Fool City. Let's start working on our grilled cheese shop. I have kind of got a name for it. It's going to be sweet. Also, we're going to be using a little bit of chisel and bits for this build, so it should be pretty fun. Let me get myself organized, guys, and we'll see you over at Fool City. Grilled cheese fans from all over the world, it's official. We are now renting plot number 21 in Fool City. This is our week 1 receipt. There is the lease that we signed. And that means, guys, that every second that passes is us losing money. until we get our restaurant set up, because seriously, man, we're gonna have to pay rent in a week's time, and that's $200 we've got to pay. I think we've only got $50 or so left in our bank. Let's have a look. We got $50 left. And we're going to have to pay $200 to rent this thing. So we need to get our grilled cheese kiosk up as soon as possible. I've already started working on a little bit of a design over here, guys. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm cooking with in a moment. But let me show you what I brought out here, okay? Got a couple of bags of holding. Here is our stock. The grilled cheese stacks and the stacks of cheesy cheese fries. And I think we're going to sell a stack of grilled cheese for $50 and maybe half a stack of cheesy cheese fries for $25, something like that. I'll work out the pricing once we get the kiosk up. But we have to get this restaurant up today so that we can start making some cash. And we need to start putting some adverts out at the Fool's bases also, right? So they can get their butts over here and give us a little bit of cash money. Now, we need a great name for our restaurant, right? Like, when I say to you the word burger, what do you think? Well, I instantly think McDonald's or Burger King, right? We need to have exactly the same effect with the name of our grilled cheese restaurant, and I think I've come up with a pretty sweet name for our franchise. We're going to be calling this franchise the Big Cheese Grill. Oh, baby. That sounds absolutely delicious to me, and we're going to be spelling cheese C-H-E-E-Z, because we're gangster cheese dealers or something. Big Cheese Grill, baby, all day long. And the style of Big Cheese Grill is going to be a sort of American Indian vibe, which I think is going to be pretty sweet. We could use these awesome totems that we've been using at our base to create, I don't know, something kind of interesting out here. So I've been laying out a little bit of a plot over here. I've got a bag of holding with some stuffs in it, a whole bunch of different logs. We got jungle, we got oak. I've also picked up some silverwood loggage and a couple of other different types of logs too, just so that we can experiment a little bit. And this silverwood log is actually kind of interesting. Take a look at this, man. Maybe we'll just use some silverwood logs just to kick things off. Makes kind of a cool little floor, I think. Look at that, man. That feels pretty sweet, right? Like, maybe what we're going for with the Big Cheese Grill is almost like a Western type vibe, right? And we kind of want to make it look like maybe it's a restaurant in an old Western city in Texas back in the days of the cowboy or something like that, right? Just to sort of keep in line with the style of Fool City, which is kind of traditional. You know, we've got these beautiful chisel and bits going over here. It all feels very sort of old school, I suppose. And if we came up with like a really cool Western design, maybe that would look pretty sweet. But if that's going to be the floor of the restaurant, we don't have a lot of space out here, do we? In fact, we have hardly any space at all to work with, which is kind of interesting. Now, check this out, right? We're going to be using some two different types of chisels to make our restaurant. We're going to be using the chisel from the mod chisel, and we're also going to be using the chisel from the mod Chisel and Bits, which is one of my favorite mods in the whole world. And to make a chisel, you just need a stick and a diamond or an iron ingot. We'll get into Chisel and Bits in a moment. Let's start off with the Chisel mod, right? And take a look at this. Chisel allows you to change normal blocks into more interesting looking blocks, right? So we got some jungle wood planks over here, and we're going to chisel this into something that looks a little bit more westerny. Does this look a little bit more westerny? That's a little bit brutal. I think we can actually use the chisel. Can we use the chisel to change this? No, we can't. I think we have to use a diamond chisel for that. Let's try another style over here. Maybe this one. That one looks kind of interesting. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet, right? So, well, I guess it's not that great, but man, I'll sort of come up with a sweet design for this, or we'll choose like a sweet block palette for this. Oh yes, now we be cooking with some cheesy gas, diggity dogs. That's a much better choice of chiseled blocks over there, I think. We're using some chiseled oak planks here and chiseled jungle planks, which I think look really nice together. And it's this chisel over here, this large chisel plank. But yeah, I've also managed to get a little bit more space inside of the Big Cheese Grill here. The problem is that I've had to shift the walls all the way against the totems, and that's made the place look rather janktastic. We're going to have to use the Chisel and Bits mod to kind of steal a little bit of space in our shop over here. But guys, if you're going to use Chisel and Bits, I need to give you a warning. You need to make a Chisel Bit bag, because you are going to basically be chiseling pixels out of blocks in Minecraft, and you need to store those pixels somewhere, and you're going to be storing them in a Chisel Bit bag. Highly recommended that you do this, and you make one of these bad bad boys with the chisel bit surrounded by some wool. Pretty easy to make. Now, my favorite mod in all of modern Minecraft, chisel and bits. Take a look at this, guys. We're going to be using chisel and bits to try and make even more space for us inside of our restaurant. Even though we have so little space to work with, I reckon we'll be able to steal a little bit more space. So what we're going to do is, firstly, let's go from the back over here, right? So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pixels in that direction. Then we want to hold down Control, I think it is, or Alt. No, it's Alt. And we want to select Draw Region with our chisel. And what we're going to simply do is drag this all the way up here and just tear away some of those pixels, right? So that's how many pixels we're going to be taken away from this side of the wall. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's drag and get rid of some of those pixels like that. We could probably get rid of another line of pixels on each side of the wall, right? Let's give ourselves a nice bit of space over here. Actually, you can also go back, by the way. You can undo things that you do, which is really sweet. Let's actually give ourselves a little bit more space inside of the restaurant. So we've gone all the way up here with our chisel. Now we kind of know what our wall's going to look like, right? So now we can get super fancy and we can use the chisel to basically tear away a lot of this wall. Take a look at this. We're going to start our chisel and bits all the way down at the bottom, and then we're going to drag as far as we can go, which I think is going to be about to here. And we're going to suck up all of those pixels, right? All the way up to here. Boom! We've sucked all of those pixels up. Look how much space we've now given ourselves down here, right? And we're going to be able to do that all the way around this wall. So we're going to start all the way at the bottom, and then we just work our way all the way around it like this, right? And we're going to do that on the interior on both sides. That's going to give us loads of space. And of course, we can do exactly the same on this side too. So let's start sucking up some pixels, get up to the top of the wall here. And I guess we want the wall to be 2 pixels thick, right? So let's drag the chisel and bits to about here, or as far as it can go, which is over here, and boom, that's going to add a little bit more space between the wall and the totems. And that is what we're going to be doing here with the big cheese grill, to get a little bit of space for ourselves inside and on the outside, and also make like a really thin wall, which I think sort of meets the style of what we're doing out here. Pretty freaking awesome, man. Have you ever just craved the scrumptious taste of a crispy, gooey grilled cheese sandwich? Well, crave no more, fellow fool. The Big Cheese Grill is now open in Fool City, Plot 21, and the grills are fired up. Pick yourself up a stack of our signature sandwich, the Big Cheese, and get your grain and dairy nutrition up to max in no time. For a limited time, we are also selling cheesy cheese chips, golden ingots, for all your early game needs. Finally, these 2 vouchers can be used as cash at the Big Cheese Grill checkout. Get them while they're hot. They won't be available for long. Yours in cheese, Ren Big Cheese Dog. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Big Cheese Grill is open for frickin' business. Doesn't it look frickin' awesome? Oh man, it's literally taken me the entire day to do this, guys, but I did want to get the Big Cheese Grill up as soon as possible. I've done a lot of interesting work out here, used a lot of these totems because I think they look really cool. The Big Cheese Grill sign I did with chisel and bits. The lettering is actually done with a block of gold that has been broken down into bits. So you get that really cool golden look to it, which kind of looks like cheese, right? I really like how that turned out, man. Got a couple of sweet saloon doors here from Melissa's Doors mod, and you literally just walk through them and they swing back and forth, which I think is absolutely amazing. And inside, it's looking a little bit plain, but we got some nice little chisel and bits details around the place. A little bit of depth here and there. We got a bit of depth in the roof here too. But most importantly, this is the business end of the Big Cheese Grill, which also gives you all of these buffs, including slowness, because, well, we want the customers to walk in here, smell that delicious flavor of grilled cheese, and stick around, right? It'll make them spend more money if they're smelling them delicious flavors. So we kind of slow them down when they walk in here. Mostly, though, it's because we want to have these beautiful cow faces in the totems. Anyway, the Big Cheese, our signature sandwich, is going for $50 per stack, gives you grain and dairy nutrition, and I've lined them up over here for the fools to purchase. We're just going to be keeping this number of grilled cheeses in here. Like I mentioned earlier, we are trying to... My face is ridiculous. How am I supposed to concentrate when I see this? We're trying to present scarcity to our customers, right? We want the customers to think that there are not that many grilled cheeses left. In fact, I think we're going to go even further. Let's simulate the purchase of one of these sandwiches over here, right? One of these stacks. So this is what it's going to look like. A 10 or two 20s and a 10. So it kind of looks like someone has made a purchase. You know what? We could even get this a little bit further down. Let's get it down in the middle there, like that. And that sort of looks like one of the fools purchased it. And that'll make sense to a fool who opens the chest, right? Here we got the cheesy cheese chips, which are golden ingots. $25 for a stack of 32, and I've lined up a bunch of them over here. You know what? You get $100 for dancing around in golden armor in front of City Hall. So for $50, you can pretty much double your money. So you buy $50 worth of gold, make yourself a set of golden armor, and bam, you make yourself $100, and you make a profit of $50. And we make a profit of, well, 50 bucks, basically. And yeah, that's it. The Big Cheese and Cheesy Cheese Chips now open for frickin' business, baby. And hopefully we'll be able to get some of the fools over here. I have made a couple of vouchers over here, okay? The Cheesy Cheese voucher is going to give the fools $5 off Cheesy Cheese. And the Big Cheese voucher is going to count as $10. So basically, the fools can use the Big Cheese voucher and the Cheesy Cheese voucher as a $10 bill and a $5 bill, right? And what we're going to do now is go to each of the fools' bases and set up like a little chest for them. I've made a copy of that book that I read out to you guys, the Big Cheese Grill opening book. And we got 8 of those, 8 Big Cheese vouchers and 8 Cheesy Cheese vouchers and 8 signs and 8 chests so that we can set up a little bit of a marketing advert in each of the fools' bases. And it's going to take me quite a while, so I think I'll probably do most of that off camera, but let's do one on camera, shall we? Lots of the fools don't really have warp stones, which is kind of annoying, really. There's only a few of them that actually have warp stones. Shall we start with Iskall? Yeah, let's go to Iskall's base. Home Sweet Fool, I believe, is Iskall's base. Yeah, here it is. This is where Iskall's biome is. By the way, he's got one of the most awesome biomes in the season. Look at this place. It's absolutely amazing. But here, let's set up a little Cheesy Cheese Grill advert just outside of Iskall's base over here. There's no ways he'll be able to miss it. Right there. And let's get the Big Cheese voucher in there, the Cheesy Cheese voucher, and the book. We'll stick the book in there too. And I guess we want to have a sign too, right? Just to like have a little bit of a shout here. The Big Cheese Grill grand opening discount. There we go. That's going to be the advert. The Big Cheese Grill grand opening discount. Iskall's going to crank that open. He's going to get his 2 vouchers in the book explaining the Big Cheese Grill. And that, my friends, is our business up and running in FoolCraft 3. Absolutely amazing. Listen, guys, I know we've gone super rapid speed through this particular project, haven't we? I mean, we didn't even do any of the crafting together on camera, but the reason for that is because I wanted to get this project up and ready. Let's go to Stress next. Yeah, she's got her own way portal or own way stone in here. Yeah, this is her base here. We'll stick the advert out here. But I wanted to get the business up and running before the fools made themselves a source of like food that they could use forever, right? And that's the only way we were going to get like business here from food, is if we get to the fools before they actually set up their own food factories. On top of that, the Big Cheese Grill, hold on, grand opening. Is that what I said? Is that what I said at Iskall's one? I think so. Grand opening discount. There we go. That's what I did. There we go. Also, on top of that, right? So I wanted to be able to get to my customers while there is still demand, while food and gold is still in demand. We want to hit our customers. But on top of that, I do want all the fools to have a great time. You know what I mean? I want them to have a great time on the server, especially the new fools. I want the new fools to feel like they have food and gold and all of that jazz, and that they have a really good time on the server. And to do that, of course, we are giving them a little bit of early game food, even though they got to pay for it. Here is Full Symmetry Space, by the way. So yeah, super happy with today's episode. My goodness, the Big Cheese Grill is fired up, my friends. Cannot wait to see how much profit we make out of it. Hopefully we're not charging too much, but honestly, $50 for a stack of grilled cheese, I think it's a really, really good deal. Plus, remember, the fools are getting a salary from the government, a social welfare salary every week, I think it is. So you know what? $50 ain't nothing. We should be charging 100, to be honest. But anyway, we will be checking on the profits over the coming episodes. And next episode, guys, we're going to slow things down a little bit, okay? We're going to figure out where we're going to live. We're going to choose a biome to live here on the server. We're going to sort out our items. We're going to do some stuff that isn't just racing through projects. We're going to slow down just a tad because now that we've got this very big project done, I'm ready to chill out, man. I'm ready just to relax, rake in the cash money from the Big Cheese Grill, baby, and play some Modern Minecraft with you guys out there. Hey, listen, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. Hope you enjoyed it as much as me and the little anvil did. And I cannot wait to see how much cash monies we make from the Big Cheese, baby. Thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy it, hit the freaking like button like nobody's business. Can we get a like for Big Cheese? Thank you very much. Also for that ridiculously cute angle. And if you haven't subscribed yet, guys, remember to hit the subscribe button, or I'm going to shove one of these roasted hot grilled cheeses straight up your butt. That cheese is going to be melting, and it is going to hurt, let me tell you. Thanks for watching, guys. This is ReNDoG, a.k.a. the Big Cheese. Signing out. We'll smell you all in the next episode. Stupid face, man.